Good afternoon and welcome for our chat on our wheels. We work our way through the book Wheels of Life by Anadea Judith. Very wonderful book and a wonderful, excellent, sorry, I can't talk today. An excellent overview and introduction to the chakra system, very comprehensive. So let's begin with invocation. Omi tutu ana tutu ashe tutu. Tutu ile. Tutu elewa. Tutu ariku bagawa. Moyuba lo fin. Moyuba lo dum. Moyuba lo dumare. Ashe. So that's a very short version of the prayer that's used. It's called the Mojuba, or the praise that's used to freshen our paths and freshen the paths of the Lord of the Roads, and then a praise to the supreme entities that exist outside of time and space, Olodumare, Olofin, and the owner of the heaven, and Oloru, the owner of the earth. So I'd like to begin with the opening meditation. I'm not going to read the whole thing, but this is a nice one to go through. And she recommends also making recordings of the meditations that she has at the beginning of each chapter. I like them because they really get us engaged with the energy of the chakra and get us in that space that makes it easier to switches it from being just a purely academic exercise into a more experiential thing, which I love, which I've been trying to do with my own spirituality and spiritual work. So close your eyes, relax. Let's begin with our grounding by breath. So first, smile at your heart chakra. Feel your heart chakra smiling back at you. Smile at your crown chakra and feel your crown chakra smiling back at you. Now we're going to focus on the crown chakra and use a cleansing breath using the imagination station in our brain and our mind. Take a deep breath and exhale up through the crown chakra. Feeling that Antakarana, the spiritual cord, clear of any dense or heavy energies and anything that's blocking our direct connection to our own spirit. Take another deep breath. Breathe up again. Focus on that light coming through the top of the head, clearing that channel, allowing us to be aligned and more easily communicate with our spirit. And one more time. Ashe. And then we feel that light coming down, back down into the crown chakra, illuminating it, illuminating the ajna, the third eye, illuminating the throat, coming down, illuminating and activating the heart, and all the way down, solar plexus, sacral, and focus on just below your tailbone to that base chakra. And we're going to use that same cleansing breath, but this time focusing the energy downwards into the electromagnetic field of Mother Earth, connecting to Mother Earth and grounding us. Take a deep breath and down. Feeling that channel clearing and being cleansed. And all that heavy or negative energy that we accumulate throughout the day is being grounded into the electromagnetic field of Mother Earth, clearing and cleansing. One more time. clearing and cleansing our grounding cord. And when you do the exhalation, I always do that puff just to make sure that I'm sending that energy. And one last time, grounding us and cleansing us and grounding us into Mother Earth. And now in this connected state, we're going to smile at our base chakra. You can have your eyes open or closed as I read the opening meditation for the base chakra. You are about to go on a journey. It is a journey through layers of your own self. It is a journey through your life, through the worlds within and around you. It begins here in your own body. It begins now, wherever you are. It's your personal quest. Make yourself comfortable, for the journey is not short. It could take months, years, or even lifetimes. But you have already chosen to go, and you have begun long, long ago. You've been provided a vehicle in which to make this journey. It's your own body. It's equipped with everything you might need. One of your challenges in this journey is to keep your vehicle nourished, happy, and in good repair. It's the only one you will be given. So we begin our journey by exploring our vehicle. Take a moment to feel your body. Feel it breathing in and out. Feel your heart beating inside. Feel the moisture inside your own mouth. The food in your belly. The sensation of your clothing on your skin. Explore the space your body occupies, height, width, weight. Find the front and back, top, bottom, and sides. Begin a dialogue with your body so that you may learn its language. Ask your body how it feels and see if it's tired or tense. Listen closely to the answers. How does your body feel about going on this journey? You have been given a vehicle for this journey, but it's not something you have. It is something you are. You are your body. You are a body living a life in this physical world, getting up Notice the inner chains of hands touching doors, steering wheels, other hands, paper, dishes, children, food, your lover. Think about how your body has grown and learned and changed over the years. What has it become to you? Do you ever thank it for taking care of you? What is the world like that your body interacts with? Feel the textures, smells, colors, and sounds all around you. Be your body, feeling them, all the sensations you might miss, but your body experiences. Feel the hardness of earth and wood, cement, and metal. Feel its straight lines, its solidity, its permanence. Feel the soft firmness of the earth in its natural state, with its trees and grasses, lakes, streams, and mountains. Feel its curving gentleness, its protection, and its abundance. Feel the richness of this planet with its infinity of forms. Feel it, feel its immensity, its solidity, and how it supports you as you sit in your place on it, reading this book. This planet is a vehicle too. It takes us through time and through space. Feel the earth as a central unified energy, a living body, just like you, with an infinity of cells working together as a whole. You are a cell in this great body, part of Mother Earth and one of her children. We begin our journey here on this great body of Earth. Our long climb upward begins by going down. We go down into this body as we go down into our own bodies, into our flesh, into our guts, into our legs and feet, digging our roots deep into the earth, which supports and nourishes us. We move deep into her rocks and soil, deep into her guts of red hot lava, seething deep below into her source of life and movement and power. When we seek deeply, we come to the base of our spine and find a red glowing ball of energy, glowing like the core of the earth. Feel this molten energy running down your legs, through your knees, into your feet. Feel it running through your feet into the floor beneath you, through the floor down into the earth, burrowing between rocks and roots, finding nourishment, support, and stability. Feel this cord of energy as an anchor, settling you, calming you, grounding you. You are here. You are connected. You are solid, but you are molten inside. Deep within your roots, you find your past, your memories, and your primal self. Your connection here is simple, direct. You remember your heritage, your ancient self as a child of the earth, and she is your teacher. What is this matter that comes from the earth? Think of the chair that you're sitting in, the tree it once was, the cotton in the field, the cloth on the loom, the workers who transported it, sold it, sat on it before. Think of the things you have, the complexity in each one of them, their abundance. Think of the financial abundance you have, however large or small it may be. Think of it as a gift from the earth. How does it come to you? What does your body do to get it? What do you use it for? Think of this money as a stream of life running into you and out of you, through your hands, your feet, your heart, and your mind. As it flows through you, feel yourself in constant exchange with the earth. Let the feeling of abundance come up from the earth into your feet, your legs, your pelvis, your stomach, heart, hands. Feel its expression in your throat, its recognition in your vision, and its imprint on your mind. Take a deep breath and let it go down again through your body, through your head, neck, shoulders, arms, chest, belly, genitals, legs, feet, and down into the earth, down below the surface of the earth, finding its stability, finding nourishment, and finding peace. Your body is the journey. It's where you begin. It is your connection to the physical world, your foundation, the home of your dance. You are the place from which all action and understanding will arise and to which it will return. You are the testing ground of truth. You are the ground on which all things rest. You are the earth from which all things grow. You are here. You are solid. You are alive. You are the point from which all things begin. Be aware of your body, your feet, your legs, your knees, your thighs, your stomach, your abdomen, your lungs, your shoulders. Turn your head, roll your neck, become aware of your face, the back of your head. Slowly open your eyes. So the Sanskrit name, we're on page 58. The Sanskrit name for the root chakra is the Muladhara. Muladhara. And the meaning is root support. So mulad and hara, Muladhara. The location's the base of the spine. It's the element she gives as earth. So it's we touched on it a little bit in the first class or the first chat that we did last month. At the sacral chakra. The earth is just pure physical body, right? The root chakra is just pure physical body. There's no type of emotional reaction at all connected to it. There's that survival instinct. So one of the things with the survival instinct connected to our bodies, which we talked again, which we discussed last month. So a little bit of a review is when you touch a hot stove or something hot and you pull your hand back, right? So that's the survival instinct. But there's no emotion connected to it. We're not going, oh, damn it, my my hand's burning. Now I'm mad because no one told me that this was hot and now I'm going to move my hand. No, it's just pure that survival instinct. And so one of the things that we appreciate when we're working with base chakra energy is that understanding that reaction, being aware of that reaction so that we're not reacting to everything in our life when it's inappropriate. It's a very good mechanism for our survival and for our health and well-being, but we want to keep it on that level. We don't want to get rid of it. Right. So with this type of chakra spirituality based in Hindu, Buddhist, Dharma traditions, one of the misconceptions in the West is that Hindus and Buddhists and Eastern philosophy tends to see the body as wrong and evil, and the whole point is transcending it, which is absolutely false. The body is not. The body is a tool, and it's a wonderful tool, but it's our job to use it properly, to maintain it properly, and to master it. So we're not trying to throw the baby out with the bathwater, but we are trying to integrate it properly with a good understanding, so that we're not reacting. So that same survival reaction technique that we would have with the example touching a hot stove, we're not carrying that out to day-to-day life and just letting ourselves react to everything, right? So we're grounding into the body, we're grounding into our physical being so that we can be present. And then when we're present, we don't react to everything. We can act properly within situations, right? So that way we're not suppressing it, but we can observe it, and then we can act rather than react. So stillness, solid, being right here, right now. So being present, that presence that we can come to appreciate through this journey and through this work. Uh, being here, being right now. We have a right to be here, and we have a right to have things. So again, this type of spirituality doesn't say, well, material possessions and everything are bad. What it's saying is we do have a right to these, but also again, it's not reactionary. We're learning, just as we're learning to use our body as a proper tool, we also learn to use our things as a proper tool. We have respect for them. And so when we're cultivating wealth, we do so in a proper manner. Um, don't cultivate it through uh, ill-gotten means, but we're cultivating it properly. So the glands connected to the root chakra are the adrenal glands, and that we get. So those are the glands that are connected to the root chakra. The legs, feet, bones, intestines, and teeth. So the reason teeth, because it's, even though it's a higher up on the body, so it's still a physical thing. Let me see. So if we have a malfunctioning, one of the things that I've, for myself too, because I sort of yo-yo with my own personal weight. So one of the things that helps me when I'm losing weight is to be aware of that, that make sure that I'm grounding, because when we're not grounding, when we're not well grounded, and especially when we're doing a lot of energy work, a lot of meditation, we tend to eat to ground ourselves, right? So let's ground ourselves properly through the breath exercise, or there's hundreds and hundreds of grounding exercises. Everybody has a grounding exercise, but grounding ourselves properly so that we're not trying to anchor ourselves in other ways. uh, Sciatica, skin disorders are connected to the body, arthritis, knee trouble, um, and so constipation, because of that solidness. So if our base chakra is out of balance, it can't eliminate properly. They tend to hold on to things. So there comes the weight problems, and then also that constipation is connected to an imbalance in the base chakra as well. The color is red, which we went over last month too. So the Roy G. Biv that we all learned, I think we all learned it in grade school, but red, orange, yellow, Roy, G, um, Greg or Gary. So then that would be the heart, and then Biv is the order of the chakras, starting at the base chakra, starting at the bottom with red, and then red, orange, yellow, Roy, G, Biv. An easy way to remember the order of colors on the rainbow, or the ladder of lights, and then the chakras follow the same order. And then the seed syllable. So we went over the seed syllable too. For the base chakra is Lam, 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 Lam. So that's a good way, just to, if you need that base chakra energy, you don't have a lot of time to do a full meditation, just that seed syllable, that seed sound. Lam. And then the way we remembered it for all the chakras going up was, someone that likes liver, which is appropriate. Well, so the first three chakras are liver, and so they say liver, lam, vam, ram, yahoo. So yam, ham, yahoo. That reaction in the heart chakra, yahoo, with the throat. And then you tell them, oh, well, we don't actually have liver. And they say, ah, ah. Well, what else would you like? Om. Let me think about it. Om. Liver. Yahoo. Om. Lam. Vam. Ram. Yam. Ha. Om. And then top of the crown is silence. So a nice little way to remember the bija mantras or the seed mantras. So it's the four petals. If you're into tarot, the tarot suit is going to be the pentacles, the Sephira Malkuth. The planets she gives Saturn and Earth. So I don't know if you agree with that or think about that if you know about the planetary properties in astrology. But those are the two that she gives, which also it could be correct kabbalistically as well. So the metal is lead, proteins and meats are the food. So even if you're vegetarian, like proteins, legumes, especially chana or garbanzo beans, have a lot of protein. So any type of foods, whether meats or plant-based, that have a lot of proteins, nuts, beans, legumes, lentils, are connected to base chakra. And then the yoga path is hatha yoga, which is the exercise. The herbs she gives cedar. So cedar is very grounding. I would also add patchouli is very grounding, or any scents or incense that are very grounding to you. And then she goes on and gives quite a few other correspondences. The lotus symbol, which that's pretty cool. The four petals are the yellow square, downward pointing triangle. The Shiva Lingam. So on page 59, when she's talking about the lotus symbols, the Shiva Lingam, it's a stone that it's I've heard it has the same properties as the quartz crystal, but it's a stone with usually with some markings on it horizontally. If you hold it up and down like an egg, this isn't a Kundalini energy or pranic energy. Kundalini is a specific form of pranic energy, and so and according to Patanjali's Yoga Sutra, it sits at the base of the spine, coiled 3.5 times, and so that's our Kundalini is different than our prana, which we get through our breath, our food, our water, our the sun, the moon, the prana that we draw into us. Kundalini is the primordial prana, so that's the one that we're born with. It's and during the Kundalini meditations, it rises up the spine and to the top of the head and creates enlightening experiences or enlightenment experiences. The white elephant, the 8 arrows pointed outwards. So I don't know if you've the 8 arrows, so as the center, and then an arrow up, down, right, left, and then on the cross quarters. So that's also a symbol for the base chakra. And then the bija seed syllable is connected to Brahma and Shakti. So if you're not familiar, they're two Hindu gods. Brahma, Shakti. Brahma is the god of creation. Shakti Dakini. So the Dakini are the dancers, so the ones that awaken that Kundalini energy with their sacred dance. Also connected to Ganesha, the Hindu elephant god. Kubra, Uma. Uma means that it's the earth goddess. Lakshmi is the goddess of prosperity, and Prisni. So Kubera and Prisni aren't technically goddesses; they're more like archangels or divas, but they go along with Dakini. They're some of her dancers. Okay. So one of the exercises that she connects to the base chakra are the grounding exercises, which we did with our breathing exercise. And I'm sure you can think of a lot of different types of grounding exercises too, not just breathing. Actually, eating is a grounding exercise, but that's something that we also have to be careful with. Or also, if we eat too much, then we have a little bit of problems with that, with weight issues. So we have to ground in other ways. Drinking water actually is also a good way to help ground us, because it helps distribute energy. Well, we don't want to get dehydrated, but it also energetically, it helps distribute that energy, which makes it easier for us to ground. The first chakra is, so it's survival. It's not, if, and like I said, anytime if there is an emotional reaction, then it's not base chakra, then that's going to be the other chakras. Base chakra energy is pure body energy, pure physical energy. Our bones, our skin, our teeth are the literally the physical body, and it's centered right there at the root of the spine. So we already went over the meats and proteins for the base chakra, and then she gives for chakra 2 will be liquids, which we'll get. Chakra 2 we'll do next month. So that's the sacral chakra. And then chakra 3, she has starches. And I think she's giving this in the base chakra because it's the different types of foods and how they relate. So food is definitely a base chakra energy. So chakra 3, which is going to be the solar plexus, which is our where we tend to keep our fear, worry, anxiety. Good things too, but so that's starches. So if you have a overabundance of starch in your diet, you're going to probably activate those fears, worries, anxieties. Chakra 4, the heart chakra is vegetables, which we know that vegetables are good for heart. Heart patients should eat vegetables. Everyone should eat vegetables, but especially people with different types of heart issues. So that the heart chakra is vegetables. Fruits are the throat chakra, and then chakras 6 and 7. She said it's difficult to define, which is true. And so, again, the base chakra is connected to our bodies, but also to matter. And so she has a quote on page 83: "The material world may be nothing but illusion, but such an exquisitely and well-ordered illusion." And that's a quote from her, I think from the first edition of this book. And then she has a quote from Albert. I love quotes, just to explain things and to, as we go through, a quote from Albert Einstein, one of my heroes, on page 85. "We may therefore regard matter as being constituted by regions of space in which the field is extremely intense. There is no place in this new kind of physics both for the field and matter. For the field is the only reality." So that's so everything. So the field, the matter, and space are both part of this continuum in the same field. And then she gives a grounding meditation, and then she goes into, at the end of the chapter, goes into different yoga positions. So it's the forward bends, back bends, anything that's, so the forward bends and back bends can be done sitting, standing up, can be done laying down, can be done sitting. So anytime we're bending at the center of our body, then that's going to help stimulate our base chakra. And then also the leg raises, and then leg raises on the other side. So raising it up forward, and then also raising them up backwards. So any bending activity is going to help stimulate the base chakra. And another way to stimulate the base chakra when you're standing up is just that bounce up and down. Like you don't have to do full squats. You can, but you don't have to do full squats. But squats also help stimulate the base chakra energy. And then just to wrap up, one of the okay, one of the elephant is, which is one of my favorite, well, probably my favorite animal, is connected to base chakra. So that slow, patient energy. Have patience. Don't try to do everything fast. Don't try to make everything happen at once. Just slow and steady. We still need to work, but don't worry about when things are going to unfold. Just to work slow and steady, and things will start unfolding. So, um, riding on a in the urban environment, riding on a bus or a train, standing up without hanging on to anything, bend your knees, and be careful when you do this. Make sure that you're safe always. Maintain your balance where the center of gravity is. So as you're moving, just maintaining that balance. Standing on one foot is another good exercise for base chakra energy. Resting. So if you're taking a nap or if you're having a good night's sleep, then you're also working on the base chakra. So you can get up from sleeping at night and tell people, oh, I worked on my base chakra all night long, and you won't be lying. Massage is wonderful for base chakra. Eating is wonderful for the base chakra. But remember, everything in moderation, slow and steady. And she says, many people eat to ground themselves, which we've talked about already. It's because it works, but overeating actually puts us out of touch with the body. So staying grounded is very important. And also the opposite side of that, fasting. So eating helps base chakra, and fasting is used to stimulate the other chakras. But again, over fasting actually disconnects us from spirit. So it works on the principles work on both ends. And then finally, sleeping, which we already talked about, is the grounding at the end of the day that regulates us and lets us engage those energies. So that's chapter 1. Well, actually, chapter 2 with Wheels of Life, dealing with base chakra energies. And so next month we will do chapter 2, which is the sacral chakra. So in addition to her Wheels of Life book, my other favorite book by her is the Eastern Body, Western Mind, which this one, go through this one first because it is excellent overall view and introduction to the chakras. But once you go through this one, I recommend, if you go through it quickly, just studying it to get a good overview. Then when you go back through it, like as I'm going back through it now I'm also engaging Eastern Body, Western Mind with it to paint a more complete picture. So this one's the introduction and basics, and then her Eastern Body, Western Mind is the psychology and the chakra system. So she's actually a licensed therapist, and so she shows how using the map of the chakras and engaging them from a therapeutic point of view. So that's the Eastern Body, Western Mind book. But if you haven't, if this is your first introduction to chakras, then we'll stick with this one for now. Like, remember, we don't overdo it. We don't have to become masters overnight. It's a journey like everything else. So I hope you're enjoying reading your book, and I will see you next month. Ashe.